Hey guys, and welcome to the demo for Blackout. 11:23 p.m. A dark street. New Wenders. Got a shifty looking man here. Okay, nice butt. You find yourself wandering on a dark street in the middle of the night. You can't remember how you got here, nor what you were doing before. The street is poorly illuminated and has lots of trash strewn about. You are sure you have never been to this part of town before, and as you hear a noise in the alley nearby, you start wishing it had stayed that way. Well, I guess we'll check the alley. Check the alley. You cautiously approach the dark alley, looking for the source of the noise while still wondering where the sudden courage for this came from. The alley is very narrow, and you can't tell how deep it goes beyond the point where the darkness swallows everything. There are lots of cardboard boxes and garbage cans all over, some randomly placed or turned over. Litter covers the floor. As you step over the first boxes, you feel a putrid acid smell that appears to come from the turned garbage can just ahead. The bad smell gives you an uneasy feeling and makes you consider whether it is such a good idea to walk into a dark alley in a desert street in the middle of the night. Well, we're already in the thick of it, so we might as well keep going, right? Got +1 to my courage, yeah. You keep on going, one nervous step at a time. As you get closer, the stench gets even stronger. It definitely comes from that turned garbage can, but you did not hear anything since you started walking into the alley. Maybe whoever made the noise heard you coming and left, or is waiting for you, hidden in the darkness somewhere. Or maybe it was just your imagination playing tricks after all. Hold on, I want to check out my file. Oh, cool. We have $15. I'm a rich man. Condition is memory loss and possible head trauma. I am more courageous than sane. That sounds about right. Okay, I'm gonna kick the garbage can. You stand erect and take a deep breath, prepared to kick on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I missed. Failure. As your foot travels towards the trash, you can feel that something is off. And from this point on, everything seems to happen in slow motion. You feel your left foot slipping as your kick misses the can for no more than 2 inches, going right above it. You lose your balance and your eyes instinctively close. Sounds of glass breaking and soda cans hitting the floor echo in the alley. The next thing you know, you are laying on a pile of junk. Apparently you are not hurt, but your clothes will probably carry a little bit of that stench around. Regardless of that, whatever was inside that can is probably gone now. Well, let's check the can anyway. As you stand up, you see a window light on the left wall, shedding some light on the alley. The bald head of a black man comes out of it. Who the fuck is down there? Fucking bastard making noise in the middle of the night. You get the hell out of here before I call the damn cops. We're gonna hide until he leaves. You lean back against the wall, merging with the shadows, and wait for a while. A few seconds later, you see the bald head of the black man coming out of the window. He examines the alley for a moment, and then goes back inside and the lights are turned off. I'm gonna search the can now. You bend down to peek inside the can, and the stench makes you dizzy right away. You hold your breath so you can stand it long enough, but it's useless. You can only see darkness, and if there was something inside it, it's certainly gone by now. You decide to leave the alley, trying not to make too much noise. Oh boy, okay. I fucked that up royally. Failure. You feel the ground slippery under your feet, and you lose balance, falling backwards. Using your arms and your right leg, you manage not to fall, but you make a lot of noise. As soon as you put yourself up, the light on the window appears again. You son of a bitch, I'm calling the cops. You quickly make your way back to the street, still deserted. If that bastard's not bluffing, you'd better get out before the cops show up. You see a payphone down the street from which you can call a cab, and also a bus stop, but that may take a while. There's no subway station in sight, maybe up ahead. Let's go call a cab. You approach the payphone. It's been a long time since you used one of these. You get it off the hook. For your surprise, it seems to be working. You reach into your pocket for the wallet, hoping to have some coins for the call. As you open it, you see a picture of yourself on the hospital card. Randolph Carter Hospital. Flashback. You're standing in front of a door made of smoky glass. Your hands are shaking and you're sweating. You're staring at your feet, trying to gather courage. This is something you've never done before. Okay. You raise your head. The writing on the door says William Hayward, MD, and you knock 3 times. Come inside, a voice calls. As you reach to open the door, you feel the doorknob cold as ice. It rapidly spreads through your arm in a chilling sensation. Oh, Richard, it's you. Come here, have a seat. You approach his desk and do as he says. So how is she? He asks. You know better than I do. You're her doctor. That's what I meant, Richard. She's fine. I mean, as fine as can be. She almost seems resigned. It is a tough fight, but it can be. You don't need to give me this crap, Will. I know our chances. He stares at you for a moment. You've known each other for years. Does he have any idea what's going on inside your mind right now? Would he understand? And how about you? How are you holding up, Richard? He does. You can see it in his expression. Then why is it so difficult to ask? Yeah, about that. You take an envelope from your pocket and hand it to him. He takes it and opens without looking at you. Who are these for? He asks after reading the paper. For me. Jesus, Richard. He shakes his head. You know this is against the... Yes, fuck the regulation. That's why I'm asking you. A friend. He lowers his head, takes a pen and signs the prescription. You take it and start walking towards the door. You don't have to walk down this road, you know, he says. Thank you, Will. It's a weird feeling, like you're learning something that you already knew but was somehow long forgotten. The reality of you being a doctor seems very distant now, even the reality of your day-to-day life, like it was all just a dream. And all that weird talk with Andrew. You can't quite recall the context. Whom were you talking about? It's all very fuzzy. Despite not being a neurologist, you are aware that confusion and amnesia are both symptoms commonly associated with head concussion. So maybe that's a plausible explanation. Even though you are not feeling any pain on your head right now, you have seen cases like this before. Maybe it is a better idea to go to your hospital before you go home, so you can perform some exams and make sure everything's okay. You find a few coins in your wallet, probably enough for a short phone call. You also find a card from a taxi company. Taxi by night, it says. You have no idea where it came from, but it seems rather appropriate. Well, let's dial. The card says 5557AX1. That's just terrible mnemonic. Why do they even bother with these things? Just put the damn number already. You insert the coins and dial. Someone picks up right away. Yes? Hello, I need a cab on. You look around to find the street sign. Providence Street, number 56. It'll be there in 10 minutes. The guy has a strange accent that you cannot identify. Maybe German or something. You hang up and wait. The street is so quiet and lifeless that it gives you the chills. It feels like there's no other living creature in miles. You wonder how it looks during daytime. After 5 long minutes, he finally arrives. The car doesn't look like a cab at all. It's a 10-year-old Chevrolet model that's now out of line, but it does look like it has been well maintained, unlike most cabs. The only thing that denounces it as a taxi is the rear window, where it advertises something similar to what you read on the card. Taxi by night, premium private taxi, romantic tours, city tours, all-night events. Well, let's take a peek inside then. All windows are pitch black, and you can only see the driver through the smoky windshield. He's a white man, probably around his 30s, with a ring on his nose and a tattoo on the top of his head. Well, let's enter the cab then. Chapter complete. Got the flashback? Yes. Okay. Next chapter will be taxi. And that's the end of the demo.